Make sure that my YouTube and Facebook community is also locked in. And while I'm doing that, if you know anybody who's looking to conquer their content game, to become an influencer, to do better by their own content, this is the chance for you to share. So you'll see me looking in different places, right? Because I've got multiple cameras that are going here. So that's my YouTube and Facebook community, Instagram. Hi there, guys. And so, guys, just go ahead and like and share, the game, or share this live with people who you feel like that would benefit from hearing how to get the algorithm to work on their behalf. Here's another indication. If you've got any friends that have said, that you've heard say, yo, I'm shadow banned, right? Or I'm not getting the feedback I want, or I'm not getting the views and the comments and the likes and all of that. If you heard anybody in your circle say anything like that, share this right now, because I'm about to help them out. Okay, this is going to be some game that I've learned, and I didn't really realize how much I actually knew until recently, right? So this is really going to be some good game. So I've got YouTube going, Content Creators app. You guys should be locked in now. Awesome. I see you guys there. Facebook, you guys are still giving me a problem. I'm not sure why. Hold on. Let's see what's going on with my Facebook people. You guys just may not be able to get this today, or I may have to put the replay out there. All right, this is what it is. Okay, cool. So Content Creators and Instagram. It's all y'all today. All right. So the algorithm. Okay, let's talk about, before I talk about what it is and how do you guys get the benefit of it, let's talk about what it's not. All right. Colloquialisms. Thank you, Swedish Gems. All right. Big word. Okay. Let's talk about what it's not. What the algorithm is not is, like you've seen on Wizard of Oz. It is not some crazy man, right, behind a curtain that's pulling strings, right, with smoke and mirrors and unilaterally giving out likes and comments and views to whoever that person chooses. Okay, that's not what the algorithm is, right? What the algorithm is also is not. It's not targeting, right? It's not, again, a organization or a group of thought leaders, right, or people that are targeting certain people or excluding certain people. Okay, that may be a misnomer, right? That's not what the algorithm is. What the algorithm is, and actually the definition, right? We're just talking about just a Google definition of algorithm. Okay, the Google definition of algorithm, or dictionary.com, says it's a process or set of rules to be followed in calculations or other problem-solving operations, especially by a computer. Now, I've got a degree in computer science. Got my degree back in '99 from DePaul University. And one of the things that I built as my thesis was Travelocity. Now, I didn't build the Travelocity, but before there was a Travelocity, I built the program that allowed you to go out and search for flights. It will pull up all the cheapest flights from all these different sites, and then you can choose your cheapest flight, right? But that's when I learned then kind of what these group of set of instructions are, what an algorithm is, right? And so understand, an algorithm is not a person. It's a set of instructions. It's a program. It's a machine, right? And just think it's code that has certain actions and causes and reactions, okay? So for instance, if I wanted to make an algorithm for how to change a tire, right? I'm a person, I'm making an algorithm for how anyone can change a tire. So first I would say, look at tire, analyze tire, go toward tire, see if tire is flat or not. If it is flat, you're going to go this route. If it isn't flat, you're going to do nothing. Okay? So if it is flat, then this route now says, look for lug nuts, or look for, screwy thing to take it off, right? Find lug nuts, remove lug nuts, or loosen lug nuts, because you don't want to remove it. Loosen lug nuts. After you loosen lug nuts, find jack. Put jack under, you get the point. I would walk you through step-by-step instructions on how to accomplish that task. In those instructions on how to accomplish that task, there would be branches. There are if-then statements. There are conditions that need to happen. There's input that needs to be provided to the algorithm in order for me to know whether I move in or out, right? So thank you guys so much for joining Instagram, right? We are in a deep discussion right now for what is this algorithm and how do we get this algorithm to work for us, right? So for those who just joined, I am explaining the algorithm. Again, it's a set of instructions that a person would provide to a computer that would cause the computer to do certain things based on input or values that it's being fed. Okay, that's what the algorithm is. Now, the internet algorithm is a whole lot more complicated than changing a tire, than the algorithm I just explained. But it operates under the same rules. If you think about it, it's a set of rules and procedures that is trying to accomplish a specific task. So the algorithm, the task it's trying to accomplish, is to keep you and the world, any subscriber, any person, on that app. That's the job of the algorithm. That's the end result. Increase watch time, increase minutes viewed, increase engagement. Okay? And so that works it's a little problematic, right? If you just think about its core sense of its task, because something may keep me on the app, right? Keep me involved, but that may not actually be something that I want or something that I like. Case in point, if I'm driving down the road and I see a car crash, that car crash is going to grab my attention all day. If that car crash was a video, it's going to be the minutes viewed on that video, because we know Gaper's delay and all that kind of stuff. The minutes viewed on that video would be extremely high versus the person changing a tire, right? Now, even though the person changing a tire is more informative, right? It's more useful to the everyday person driving down the street. It's not as destructive. Even though that's the case, the fact is that people would watch a car crash before they watch somebody change a tire, right? Well, the algorithm wants to keep people watching. So its job is to keep you watching videos, watching photos on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube, on Facebook, whatever the platform is. It's all designed to keep you there. Okay. So now, how does it keep you there? It keeps you there by continually feeding you what it thinks you like. Now, how does it know what you like? It knows what you like based on the inputs it's being fed. So the inputs that it's being fed are your activities. So when you sign up for any app, they ask you a bunch of questions. Give us your interests. Would you like to follow this person? Would you like to follow that person? Do you like books? Do you like movies? Do you like... Okay, you guys have seen that, right? Some of you guys have been on social media so long you don't remember it. But they're there. They ask you these set of questions to try to garner your interest. What do you like? Then everything you do on that app is tracked. From the scroll, how fast you scroll past a post, how long you look at a post, how fast you click and like on that post, how many times you click like on a post, what are you commenting on, right? What if you never interact with a post and you just go to a post and you watch it 3 times, you may never like, comment, nothing. It knows that you're liking that. I mean, you're watching it 3 times, right? It's recording all of this data because it's trying to figure you out as a consumer. How do I keep them on this platform? What grabs their interest? What keeps them excited? What keeps them coming back? It throws notifications, if you guys seen those. Instagram has notifications. TikTok has notifications, right? If they see you interact with your friends a lot, they'll start sending you notifications. Hey, your friend just made a new post. Hey, your friend just made a new story. Da-da-da-da-da. Right? All those things are strategically designed to keep you coming back to the app. Now, the purpose of this talk today is how do you get the algorithm to work for you? Well, I wanted to go through that first because you have to understand how the algorithm works and what it is, what it isn't, for you to decide now how do I take advantage of it. Now, once you understand that, we know that it's not a person, we know it's a set of instructions, it's all designed to keep people on the app. Well, now you need to, and it's learning you, the consumer, and your behaviors and what you're doing. Well, just like it's doing that, so now you need to understand if it's learning them, then it also needs to learn me, like as the creator. It's learning what content do I put out? What hashtags do I use? How often do I post? Is my content something that it can show an audience, a group, or whoever that can keep them on the app? Right? So if you go viral for a certain video, what you should do, right? And I'm speaking to a bunch of people, a bunch of creators in here, okay? There'll be some people who have already gone viral. You had a video that hit 1 million views or hit 100,000, whatever. What you should do is try to figure out, how do I replicate that video? That should be your next move. Not how do I just keep putting out what I want, whatever. Whatever video I did to get a large amount of views, right? The most I've done, can I do something similar to replicate those results? Can I do something similar to get the same, attention, the same interaction? Can I do something similar? Right? The reason you want to think that is because if you can do something similar and you could do it again, then that's an indication that you have now taught the algorithm where to place you, who to show you to, that also accomplishes their task of keeping people on the app. Okay? So those are the ones who continually go viral. The algorithm has learned them, right? And we know those people. Those are the Country Waynes. Those are the B. Simones, the Jessica the Pranksters, right? Those are people who you see on your feed all the time, right? And you see them all the time because the algorithm figured out that you like their content. And watching their content keeps you on the app or others on the app. Okay? But it took time. I guarantee you, it took time for those creators to post, to continue to put out content so the algorithm can learn who they are, what their content is, and who do I show it to that'll get the task that I want accomplished. All right? So, why does that not? How do I use it? Again, how do I get this to work in my behalf? Here's how it works. Your job as a creator, as a producer, not a consumer, right? Because we've seen the algorithm in action as consumers. At least I have. Okay? Every time I get on Instagram, I can't get on and just do what I want to do. If I want to get on and just make a post, I'm like, let me just get on here and quickly post something. Or let me go to my friend's account. Let me go to Marcus's account, right? Or let me go to Maggie, my wife's account, right? I don't have a specific idea of what I want to do in my mind. And I go there, and Instagram knows in order for me to search anything, I go to the Discover page. So the minute I hit Discover, I see a bunch of stuff that is trying to grab my attention. And god dang it, this shit works. Okay? I can never get on this app and go to what I want to do right away. It always succeeds in grabbing my attention because the damn algorithm knows Eugene likes this type of content, whether it be my favorite truck, my favorite food, my favorite, whatever it is, the algorithm is showing me that stuff on the Discover page, and I'm like, shit, I wanted to get on here for 3 minutes, and now 30 minutes later, I'm finally like, okay, let me do what I was supposed to do. All right? So you got to have some mental fortitude to get past that. But now, once you get past that and you do your tasks, right, it took time for the algorithm to learn me as a consumer to get me hooked. It's going to take time for the algorithm to learn me as a producer as to who I can hook. So my job now as a producer, as someone who is creating content, is I have to consistently keep teaching the algorithm, here's the type of content that I put out, here's what you can count on me for, whether it's comedic, whether it's controversial, whether it's provocative, whether it's singing, whether it's whatever, right? Here's what you can count on me for. And the algorithm can then keep trying to put the content out to different groups to try to figure out who enjoys that content, right? So once they find that audience who enjoys the content, if I put out more of the same content or something similar that same group of people will enjoy, then the algorithm now knows here are the people we need to send it to. All right. Here's one of the levels of the algorithms. Here's what it does. Specifically with TikTok. What TikTok does is when you create a video, it sends your video to a small group. I don't know what the exact number is. I've heard maybe about 100. Okay? So it sends your video to 100 people. If those 100 people swipe past it and just go right past it, then you're going to be at 100 views, right? If those 100 people, out of the 100, if one person likes it, it's not going to send it to more people, right? Because they're like, well, if the 100 people don't like it, then the more people are not going to like it, okay? So it doesn't share it to more people. So how you break past that level, if you feel like, yo, I'm at 100 or I'm at 1,000, right? Or I'm at 10,000, right? How do you break past that? Is you've got to teach the algorithm that your content is worthy of more people liking it. That more people will like this content, okay? So if you're stuck at 100, then look to what other people are doing. And your job is to try to get more than 5, more than 10 people to like that content. Here's one thing Country Wayne said it. I thought it was really good. He said, here's how he got to millions. He got to millions by treating 500,000 people right. Right? He didn't just wake up and was at 1 million followers, right? He treated his 500,000 followers correct. He fed them game. He nurtured them. He was, you know what I mean? He just kept feeding them, right? And they felt like they were part of a community. Okay? And well, then the next question, well, how'd you get to 500,000? He treated his 250,000 correct. Well, how you get to 250K? He treated his 100,000 right. And then, you go on down, 50,000, 10,000. So it really doesn't matter what number you're at. The question is, are you treating those 500 followers right? Are you feeding them something that's valuable, that's entertaining, that's educating, that's something that they enjoy? Are you treating those 500 people right? If you don't have 500 people, are you treating the 100 people right? Are you giving the 100 people something that they actually like, they enjoy? If you are, then it will take it from 100 to 1,000. And then you treat those 1,000 people right. Right? I'm sick and tired of those people who keep looking at their accounts and like, yo, man, I'm only at 1,000 followers. Right? It's easy for you to say, Eugene. I mean, you got 100,000 followers on TikTok. It's easy for you to, to put out content. You get thousands of views on your videos. Well, before I was getting thousands of views, I was getting 100 views. I was getting 10 views. And I know people who look at my 1,000 like it's nothing. I work with people who, if they got my views, they'd be like, this was terrible. Okay? I work with people who are literally in that situation. Right? The difference is, are you treating your followers, the people that you're feeding content for, are you treating those people right? Are you giving them something that's going to elevate, educate, entertain? If you're not, stop trying to get to 500, 1,000, so on and so forth. Okay? The other piece, in terms of how do I get the algorithm to work for my behalf, is you may put out some valuable stuff. You may have answered this and be like, Eugene, I am. I did a whole series, I did a web series, I did a movie or whatever. I put a whole lot of effort into this video, into this project, right? But you did that for how long? How long did you do it for? Remember, the algorithm has to learn you just like you're trying to, get to their consumers, right? It has to learn the consumers, has to learn who's on the feed, but also has to learn you as a producer. It has to learn, oh, this type of content works the best with this demographic. Age, location, blah, blah, blah. Right? This type of content works well in that. If you do a 10 episode web series, and you only post the 10 episodes, you've given the algorithm 10 inputs to learn who you are. So how do you expect then the algorithm to know that, yo, this type of content works with so many people, and you've only given it 10 inputs, right? Also keep in mind how much time has gone when you gave that input. So you gave it 10 videos within 2 weeks. And then after that, nothing for another week, right? Internet, the technology changes so much. People's tastes change so much. The damn iPhone changes. We already know. My laptop is not even a year old, maybe like 2 years old, and I got to buy a new one because it can't handle the 4K footage that I'm shooting, right? Technology changes over every 6 months. It flips over, okay? And when it comes to people's taste, you know your taste. You could like a certain food, a certain restaurant, right? But this month, and all of a sudden next month, you have a new restaurant that you enjoy. Some of y'all go through relationships faster than the algorithm can change. Okay, you like this boy, this girl, okay, long enough for you to change your underwear. All right, that's it. Okay, you know how quickly your taste changes. The algorithm is looking and studying you, and it also knows how quickly your tastes change, and it's trying to keep up with you. The issue is, as a producer, so you the consumer, right? The algorithm trying to keep up you the consumer. The issue is, as a producer, we're not producing enough content consistently for the algorithm to learn us and then learn who do we need to show those people to for them to go viral consistently and make some money. All right? So I told some people before, I'm like, many people know I have an app. It's called the Content Creators app. I give out the trending sounds and the best means for how to go viral. I have an entire course in this app, and it's only $14 a month. Okay? I give out an entire course in there. I give out trends every week. I'm giving out over a dozen trends that you don't have to think about what you want to do. You just do the trends, and you'll get hits, views, and all of that. Okay? But you have to do it consistently, right? Now, with this app and everything that's in it, I can give you the strategy for going viral, but I can't tell you specifically how to go viral. I can't give you, the person, here the exact formula that you need to go viral. And if anybody tells you that, they're lying. We don't know exactly what you need to do. I know the overall strategy of what works to go viral because I've used it for me and others. But there's a missing component. The component that's missing is, what do you provide that's different? Right? And so I see my people, Dela, Queen Sheba, right? Uncovered, web series. Okay, good. Got a web series in here. Paris Bennett, my friend. We don't know what the world wants to see from you. It may not be what you want to show. Case in point, I was trying to get my buddy Chester Gregory to join my live. And the reason I wanted him to join the live today is because he is a huge Broadway star, right? If you've ever been in Broadway or been in theater, you know the name Chester Gregory. We're going to be at the Black Theater Awards, I think it's Black Theater Awards, in Raleigh, North Carolina, next week, right? Because he's performing all week. His one-man show, right? So Chess is very known. He's sold out theaters on a one-man show across the country. But when he started his content journey, he was doing the theater stuff, and it just wasn't taking it off. People love seeing him live, but online, digitally, it just wasn't connecting with folks. So then he tried singing. He's an amazing singer, right? It still wasn't connecting. So he just kept trying different things. And I was absolutely helping him. I was guiding him and feeding him information and giving him all the tips that are in this app, right? I'm giving him all the game. But it wasn't until he discovered, he did a video talking about horoscopes and cancers, entering cancers and Libras, because he's very passionate about that. It wasn't until he started putting that content out there that his views escalated. He had a viral video that went crazy when he was talking about, horoscopes. So he's like, oh, I love talking about horoscopes. Obviously now the algorithm figured out that there's a market for it. So let me do it again. He did another video, went viral again. Another video went viral again. His followers shot up, right? And it's because he found his niche, is what people are calling it, right? Thank you, Paris. The app works amazing. Yes. So make sure you guys get it. Okay, if Paris Bennett can use it, all right, and we got to get together, Miss Paris, right? I need to really do some content for you specifically, right? Because you're my friend. I love you. I love your voice. I love everything. I love your new hair, too. So we're going to get that together. All right. Outside of that, the algorithm learned chess. It learned that, oh, this is the horoscope guy. right? Here's the problem. Too many of us are trying to avoid the box. We're trying to avoid being put in a box. What up, Carl Ray? We're trying to avoid being put in a box because we want to be multifaceted. We want to show all of our talents and all of our gifts. Well, as long as you're trying to show everything and be everything to everyone, the algorithm, this machine learning, doesn't know who to show you to. It can't show you to everyone. Because as much as you want to be loved by everyone, everyone's not going to love you. As much as I love Barack Obama, half the country, well, a little less than half because he was the popular vote, but a little less than half the country hated this man. Not hated him, but they didn't vote for him. But you get my point. There's a lot of people who hate the people you love. Okay? So while you're out here trying to please everybody, all you're doing is teaching the algorithm that I don't know where I want to be, and it doesn't know where to place you. You've got to find a box and conquer a box in order for this algorithm to figure out this is where I need to put them. Okay? So once you find a box and conquer a box, then you can add another box on top of that. Once you know your niche and you got a lane and you start making some good headway in that, then add more and add more and add more gifts, right? But the main key to all of this, how do you get the algorithm to work on your behalf, is to find your box, dominate and conquer that box, right? Focus on something. Now, while you're trying to figure out what that something is, you're going to be trying a bunch of different things. And you are going to be learning and getting feedback. So if you didn't hear anything else, hear this. Stop focusing on likes, comments, views, right? That is not the end result for you. That is not the determinant for success. We don't care if I get 10 likes, 10 comments, 10 views, right? I do care if I get 100 likes and 100 views and only 1 like. I do care about that. I care about the ratio. I care about how many people am I converting? How many people am I keeping? Right? If I'm getting 1,000 views and again you get 1 like, analyze the video. Don't get mad that you didn't get a bunch of likes. Your job is to look at the video and say, what is it about this video that people just aren't liking? Is it too long in the beginning? Am I talking too much? Is the lighting not right? Is it, right? You need to figure out how can I take that 1,000 views and get 10 likes? So alter the video. It's okay to repost the same content, right? Analyze the video. Put it out there again. Let's say you get 500 views this time. You're not concerned. It's like, oh, it did less. It did worse. It didn't do worse. It only did worse if you have 500 views and you got 0 likes. Well, absolutely did worse because when you got 1,000 views, you at least got 10 likes, right? And so now you got 500 views. You should have got 5 likes if it did the same. It's the ratio, right? And if you get 500 views and you got 0 likes, well, yes, now it's worse, right? Stop getting caught up in the number. It's not about the number. It's about the relationship and what the numbers tell you. Because if you can conquer getting 1,000 views and you get 200 likes, that is phenomenal. Here's another thing about the algorithm, and let me help you. Everybody that views your video is not going to like it. Period. Right? Everybody, you will not see, I'll hang my hat on this, you will never see somebody who has 1,000 views and 1,000 likes. Or 1,000,000 views and 1,000,000 likes. Right? That's 100% of everybody that saw it likes it. That never happens on the internet. A good range, a good ratio is if you're getting 5 to 20%, right? So again, if you get 100 views and if you get 5 likes on that thing, that's pretty good. If you get 20 likes on that thing, you are crushing it, right? That's 20% of the people that viewed it are liking it, okay? You're crushing it, right? You have to think, thank you, Steph, you have to think ratio, not raw number. The ratio helps tell the story for how your content is doing, not the raw number. right? So if you keep focusing on the ratio, keep focusing on the relationship of the numbers to the likes, and figure out then how do I curtail, how do I tailor my content to get that ratio up, then that's how you treat your people right. That's how you treat your followers right. And you get good results from the people that are already in your camp. And if the people that are watching and following you right now are liking and supporting and sharing and interacting and engaging with your content, the algorithm now knows if he can do this on 100 followers, let me show it to 200. Let me show it to 500. Let me show it to 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, so on and so forth. All right? So I hope that was helpful for y'all. I could go on and talk about this stuff because I'm a bit of a geek. Okay, if you haven't noticed, a bit of a nerd when it comes to ratios, numbers, stats, right? IT. That is my background. I also think that's what makes me an amazing producer. But a couple cool announcements, right? So make sure you go into the app. I've got some super hot trends. What I mean by super hot, I mean they're getting small-time creators hundreds and thousands of likes. Not just views, likes. That means the views are even greater, okay? So I just posted that. I'm super excited about this week's trends. You guys go into the app. There are trends in there that will absolutely help your accounts, okay? This is the week to go into the app and get in there and do some of those trends, all right? And you want to do them early, okay? Because the longer you wait, the less likely they are to trend, right? Now, there are some trends that come back, and there are some that continue to get elongated, right? But for the most part, you want to get in early on a trend and do that. And so I got some dope trends that I just posted. I'm going to be doing some this week. Me and Mark is getting together Friday. We doing some videos. I'm getting together. I'm doing it myself because I want the same results. All right. So we got that coming up. If you guys haven't watched In the Cut, it is in my link in Instagram, right? It's on my E-Tre Productions Facebook. We've been getting so much amazing feedback from In the Cut. In the Cut is a web series that profiles, it's a mix between Grey's Anatomy and The Office. It's a hospital show that has another show in the middle of it, okay? I play the director of the show. My wife, Maggie Bush, is the writer of the show and the director of the whole show, right? I'm the director in the show that plays the show. Okay, so if it's confusing, you need to go watch it. It's hilarious, right? What up, East Point Lonnie? What's going on, bro? So this is the series you want to watch, so make sure you go to my Instagram, go on my live, click that link, watch it, and if you feel so compelled, make sure you share it and tell somebody about it, right? Let them enjoy the same entertainment, okay? So we got really good feedback from In the Cut, so guys, why don't you check that out? And then lastly, if you haven't seen Mediator, Mediator is a thriller, not a horror, it's a thriller that has all kind of twists, turns. Every time we talk to somebody that's watched it, they all are like, yo, I didn't see this coming at all. It's an ending similar to I See Dead People. It's on that scale, okay? That was also written by Miss Maggie Bush, the writer, and produced by E-Tre Productions, myself, and directed by Cass Seegers Beatles. We call her Cass Seegers Beatles Bush because we just adopt her. She's amazing. But we've got that coming up, and we've got a ton of other projects, guys, that are coming up. I've got 2 films that are coming up in September. They're cast, okay, so actors who are acting, they're mostly cast. However, we are going to be looking for extras. We are going to be looking for, ancillary roles, right? And so do not despise extras. We actually had an extra who came in for In the Cut that wind up getting a lead role. It happens all the time. Extras are already bumped up. So if you are an actor or somebody who's looking to get in front of the camera, make sure you stay tuned with us as we announce when the opportunities for extras are coming up. So thank y'all so much. It's been fun. It's been dope. Be sure to tune in. I do this every week in the Content Creators app. I've just decided to incorporate Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram for you all to spread the word, right? So you guys get this free game too. But the app can be downloaded in your App Store or your Google Play Store. It's Content Creators, no space. Content, no space. Creators, all together, one word. Content Creators, right? You can download that app now, right, and start learning the strategies it takes to go viral, okay? So we want to encourage you guys to do that. And I go live in the app to teach game, to answer questions, to make sure that you all are understanding not just on putting out videos, but you're really able to ingest and really understand it and bring this to light, right? And I can tell you, I've had so many people that I'm personally working with that whose numbers have more than doubled, going viral, right? Constantly. It happens constantly. And so I want you guys to get those kind of same results, right? And so this is the opportunity that I bring out to work with you all. So download the app, get in tune, watch Mediator, check out In the Cut, and I will, Mrs. Ernestine Morrison, what's happening? And next week you guys are going to be, I'm going to be going live with some influencers. Okay, so that's what I'm going to be doing as a progression. I'm going up, so you'll see stories not just from me, but from other folks that I've worked with who have received great results, right, online, and we're going to start hearing their stories, right? So I'm going to start doing that, incorporating that in next week's Content Creators app, right? So spread the word. Thank y'all so much for joining, and I will holla at y'all later. Peace, family.